Moving on, welcome to Growup Academy session, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And my topic today is on emerging trends of human resource management. So I'll start with the basic definition of human resource management. What is human resource management? Human resource management, it is a management of human resources by attracting, retaining, developing, and utilizing the human resources in a particular organization. And what is the importance of human resource management in any organization? So, human resource management helps the company to achieve its goals along with the employees in a positive attitude, and it also helps to helps the employees move towards the professional growth and builds a good rapport between the employer and the employee. Helps individuals to give their contribution as an individual contributor, and also to work in a team, gel well in a team, though they have some other things. I mean, if they have differences also, they can work in a team together. And identifies a first person for future. If any person is working, doing his performance very good at work, then the management can identify that person for the next role in the coming appraisal. This is what identifying a person for future, and allocating the right jobs to the right person. This is basically recruitment. So this is the definition of human resource management and the importance of human resource management in any organization. So I'll move on to the next slide. Any questions here? Mhm. Thank you. Yeah. So the traditional practices of human resource management. What does happen in human resource management? The first part is recruitment and selection. When there is a person to be placed in a particular domain, or there is a vacancy, then the management gives the number of vacancies to the human resource team, that is HR team. So they prepare the JD, they start posting it in various job portals, or they circulate the JD to the employees, asking them to refer any of their family or friends to that particular position. And once they receive the profiles, they start screening the profiles. And as per the candidate persona is nothing but, you make the list of a list of those skills, or technologies which a candidate should have. And the first round would be obviously the telephonic round, where you check the intent and attitude of the candidate, and also some technical questions on that particular requirement. Once, if the HR feels that yes, this is the correct person for this requirement, the profile will be shortlisted, and the profile will be sent to the further round of interview, maybe face-to-face interview with the technical person, or face-to-face interview with the HR manager, or a virtual meet with the top management. It depends. It varies from company to company. Once the final round is done, a background verification is done by the HR. Two references will be taken from the candidate to check from which company he is, and what is his area of domain, how was he doing, what was his product, how was his productivity at work, what are his strengths, what are the areas of improvement for that particular candidate. All these questions will be asked in the background verification by the HR to the references which are being given by the candidate. And once this is done, the offer letter is released to the candidate, asking him to acknowledge the offer letter. So this is what is the recruitment and selection part. Moving on to the next one, here we have induction. Once the candidate has joined, we do induction, that is virtual or face-to-face. In face-to-face, we just give an introduction about the company. We open the bank account for the new employee, and we introduce him to his team manager and teammates. This is what is done offline. And online, that is done virtually over Zoom or Google Meet or Microsoft Teams. And then we create his credentials, login credentials, and we ask him to report to his or her reporting manager. And then the training part would start based on the project which he or she is working. And performance appraisal is another part here, which comes into the picture every annual. How is this performance management calculator or seen? First, we set the goals to the new employee. That will be monthly or bi-weekly or quarterly. It depends on the company. And continuous monitoring will be done, seeing the monthly reports, and feedback and communication would be given to that employee to, improve accordingly, or and communicate to him in which areas he should improve. And performance appraisal, that is, which will be every annual cycle. And recognition and rewards are employee of the month and employee of the quarter. And continuous improvement, like we have Growup Academy sessions for continuous improvement of, professional growth of a BA. Likewise, every company has, this continuous improvement either on the technology part or, other ways. So this is what the traditional HRM practices of each and every company. It may slightly vary from company to company. Any questions here, please let me know. Can you hear me? Can I move on to the next
Yeah,
slide?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. We'll take all the questions after you finish
Yeah,
all the slides, Srilekha.
done.
Okay.
Okay. So let's move on to the emerging trends in human resource management. So recently we found 4 emerging trends in human resource management, which is remote work and flexible arrangements, and diversity, equity, and inclusion, integration, that is HR tech, employee well-being, and mental health. First one, remote work. Yes, before pandemic, there were limited remote opportunities and flexible arrangement. But after pandemic, everywhere you can see the remote work opportunities and flexible arrangements as well. So people now, they especially women who prefer to work at home, prefer remote opportunities and flexible arrangements. That is, likewise, we have 9 to 9 flexible work hour window. We have this work life balance also with the remote opportunities. And diversity, second, yeah, rise of remote work has come into the picture recently, from past 2 to 3 years. And flexibility as a employee key benefit. So if the flexibility is there, employee can definitely give his 100% productivity at work. This is the key element which each and every company has focused. And technology tools for remote collaboration. So tools like Asana, Trello for project management, Toggle for tracking, and Microsoft Teams or Zoom or Gmeet for, for team collaboration. All these tools have come into the picture, like Credily or KK portal for login and logout, and employee data and payroll. So technology tools for remote collaboration have also come into the picture with the rise of remote work. Next, when we move on to technology integration, now artificial intelligence is taking part in human resource. Artificial intelligence started taking the first round of interviews to screen the candidate and to know whether the candidate has that technical aspect, that communication skills or not, to apply for this particular profile. And applicant tracking system, earlier, when we used to, put it in Naukri, we used to get all the profiles. Now with applicant tracking system, it is very easy to see the profile data, everything at a glance, and whether to call the candidate or not, we are able to judge that. And human resource information systems, it is nothing but we have the employee data here. We have the employee data here, and it is useful for payroll part, and to exit formalities. All the HR operations can be done from this HRIS. And moving on to the next part, employee well-being and mental health. Companies focus on, especially our company also focuses on the employee wellness programs, like town hall meetings, which we had in the month of October. And before that, we had a session with Mira Dog for our employee welfare. So, and mental health supportive initiatives as well. Recently, we had another session on mental health as well, and physical health, what to eat, what not to eat. So, these programs also give an motivation for the employee to work well, give 100% productivity at work. And finally, we have this skill development and continuous learning. Importance of long life learning. I believe every day is learning. Every day, one or the other thing we come to know from each other, or either from some either from a posting or from anything we come to. We uh, uh, come to learn, and I believe every day is a learning. And upskilling and reskilling programs. Upskilling, like we have Growup Academy sessions, there is a library. If you want to go and see any of the previous sections, you can go and see. If you are not thorough with that part, you can go and reskill that. And upskilling is, knowledge sharing, according to me. You can share your knowledge, whatever you have on that particular domain, and you can share with others. It is nothing but upskilling and reskilling programs. And learning management systems has also has given its effort in remote working. So, moving on to the next part, diversity, equity, and inclusion. So, one of the simplest way to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion at the workplace is treating all the employees with respect, listening to their ideas, valuing their contribution, and providing equal opportunities to them. And organizations do create their policies and procedures, like anti-harassment policy, creating family-friendly policies, providing accommodations for employees with disabilities, and reimbursement policies, all these laptop, whatever we have policies with which come under this only. And finally, we have this employee engagement recognition. So strategies for boosting this employee engagement. So we have certain strategies coming up in the few months for employee engagement as well. Recognition and rewards programs. We have employee of the month and employee of the quarter for recognition and rewards, and employee feedback and surveys, which is very important for an organization for the better improvement, I believe, and surveys as well. And the conclusion I would tell is HRM succeeds when we expect, accept, uh, and guide the changes in the ever-changing work world. This is my conclusion on evolution of HRM. Thank you so much for your time and attention today.